Hi guys, this is Jody. I'm going to show you real quick how to use the native Sketchup tools to change the material on your purchased drapery panels. The first thing that we're going to do is make sure that you have imported your material that you want to use by selecting a new texture, or if you're on a Mac, adding a new material, or if you're on a PC, adding a new material. And then what you're going to want to do is click on your unit, and please notice that these are components, so whatever you change on the first one will also affect the second. When you click into context, you're going to select with one click the surface of the material that you want to change, and you'll find over here the two little squares in your entity info window, and the top one is your face material and the second one is your back material. Before we do that, I want to real quick make sure that my fabric is to scale. We're going to right click on our material and edit it. When it imported at 3 feet as the repeat on this, which is not correct. This is actually a real material from Tebow, and we'll notice over here that the repeat on this is 14.25 inches. So I have created this texture file and I want to make sure that it is the proper scale. So we're going to edit that and change this to 14.25. The height will change accordingly because the two units are linked. Now we're going to go into our drapery panel, double click to get into context, single click to select the surface, select the top unit here. It will highlight in gray to show you that it's been selected, and then I want you to go ahead and just click on the fabric material that you want to use there. And we're going to do the same thing for the bottom half. Just single select on the surface, and again it will show up, and make sure that it's selected with the gray box around it, and then select the material that you want to use for the second half of the treatment. Okay, and it's as simple as that. You will notice that the fabric is wrapped appropriately. If you try to manipulate the texture at all, you will distort the mapping, so I suggest that you don't do that. Just try to make your changes as simple as possible following this procedure. Thanks. Hi guys, this is Jody. I'm going to real quick show you how to change the material on your purchased drapery panel using VRay editor. I want you to go ahead and open up your VRay asset editor, and then you'll see that you've got material 1 and material 2. If you click on the little arrow on the right and open this panel up, you'll see material 1 is what's being used on the bottom of the panel, and material 2 is what's being used on the top. The simple way to do this is select the material that you want to change. We're going to start with material 2. And over in your diffuse color, I want you to click on this little box right here and select bitmap. And it's going to open up your browser window with your materials and find your fabric that you want to use. We are using this one. Okay, it automatically populates in there. And if you want to see what it looks like as a fabric, click those 3 little dots there, and we'll change this to fabric. And then we're going to do the same thing for material 2, which is going to be the bottom. And we'll find that material on our hard drive as well. Okay, those are our 2 materials. I'm going to go ahead and click out over here, and you'll see it shows up over here. If your fabric is not scaled properly, you can go into your paint bucket tool and right click and edit, and you can change this to the appropriate scale. This is a real fabric, and if you look at the material info from Tebow, it shows that the scale should be 14.25 inches. So I'm going to change this to 14.25. The vertical repeat will change appropriately. Our fabric has been mapped properly, it's to scale, and everything is wrapped and follows the contours of the drapery panel. I suggest that you do not try to manipulate this texture in any way with any other tools. It will simply just distort the mapping, and you'll run into all kinds of problems. This is the simplest way to do it using the VRay tools.